Because if we talking about souls, the Bible say an eye for an eye. The Old Testament, God sent people in.
It says turn the other cheek.
No, that's the New Testament.
Okay.
That's not the Bible. See, that's what Christianity believe. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know what I'm saying? Which is beautiful. But the Old Testament, what I'm speaking, like, that's the Torah. That's what the Jews believe in. That's what the Islam, the Muslims believe in. They all believe in the Old Testament. The New Testament and the word of Jesus is where the shit differ. Okay, so where then that one, the law of Moses, he says an eye for an eye. Okay. That's when God sent in 2,000-3,000 Jews into a village and said, kill everybody, don't leave nothing, nobody, women, children, kill all the animals, burn everything down. And he got mad at him when he kept the king and he kept the good animals for a sacrifice, and God told him, that's not what I told you to do. See, that's what I believe in.
Hello, I would like to welcome you back to my channel. I believe that the rapper Yayo is correct in stating that there is a significant difference between the Torah's eye for an eye and the New Testament's turn the other cheek. The phrase an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth appears in the Torah, in Exodus, Leviticus, and Deuteronomy. The principle upholds equitable justice. It ensures punishment or restitution is proportionate to the harm done, administered through a judicial process, not through personal revenge, as a lot of people think. These punishments are meant to serve as a means to deter or examples to others, reinforcing communal norms and the seriousness of certain transgressions. The Torah repeatedly states, so that all Israel will hear and fear. Some examples are found in Deuteronomy 13 and 11. And all Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you. Deuteronomy 17:13 states, and all the people shall hear and fear and do no more presumptuously. Deuteronomy 19 and 20 says, and those which remain shall hear and fear and shall henceforth commit no more any such evil among you. And finally, Deuteronomy 21 and 21 says, and all Israel shall hear and fear. The New Testament, on the other hand, talks about turn the other cheek in Matthew 5:38 through 39. Jesus references eye for an eye and contrasted with, but I tell you, do not resist an evil person. If anyone slaps you on your right cheek, turn to them the other cheek also. In contrast, Jesus instructs not to resist evil. In addition, he essentially gives the evildoer another opportunity to sin by turning the other cheek, facilitating instead of purging evil works. In the Hebrew perspective, the Torah's instruction is a long-term strategic guidance, reinforcing communal norms and the seriousness of transgressions. We don't believe in turning the other cheek and give your neighbor another opportunity to sin. Help your neighbor out by fixing his wrongdoers, turning your neighbor in, purge evil from Israel. There is no place in the Torah where people took revenge outside of the law. Leviticus 19 and 18 tells us not to seek revenge or bear a grudge, but to love your neighbor as yourself. An eye for an eye was not an excuse for vigilantes. If you did a crime, you came before a judge who would hand you your punishment. This is similar to how justice is administered today. You are punished according to the law of the country or state you are in, with varying degrees of punishment. Some of the practical implications: if a homicidal bomber blows himself up in Times Square, God forbid, Christianity won't teach turn the other cheek. Christians in the U.S. government will seek and eliminate the perpetrators. Under the law, any Israelite accused of wrongdoing had to come before a judge and plead their case as we do today. The judge would determine the sentence based on the witness's testimony and the evidence at hand. This system was set up by God, and it was given to Moses with instructions to judge righteously and fairly. The Torah allows us to protect ourselves from murderers at all costs. According to the Torah, if someone is about to kill you, we are allowed to kill him first. The Torah allows for the death penalty in many cases and for harsh penalties for theft, lying, and harming others. This not only punishes the evildoer, but it discourages others from committing the same offense. And all Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you. Deuteronomy 13 and 11. So the conclusion of the whole matter is the Torah's approach to justice, deterrence, and communal responsibility is not a passive one. It's not a passive acceptance of evil. Turn the other cheek stands in stark contrast to this, and is not a value we uphold, and neither should you.